it's very difficult. So do me a favor, it's good that we all stand up and just to stretch a bit of yourself, if you can. Just help me to stand up for a while. Alright, just stand up for a while. Okay? And we're going to do a little exercise. By doing this, I need to invite a very special person. Suli, come. Okay, Suli is going to lead us in some exercise. You all heard this morning, right? So it's time to watch the health nutrition experts. It's not about you, it's not about me, it's all about you. Right? Okay, ready? Let's do it.
Okay, let's stretch.
Alright, stretch.
Stretch. Feel the stretch. Change direction. Okay.
How your food has gone to tummy already?
It's gone 2,500 calories already.
Okay, now turn your elbow. Work on your joints. The other direction.
Yes, come on, let's do it together. You feel better? The food has gone better, a bit more energized really?
Now you turn your
Wrist.
wrist. The other way around. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, then stretch your back. Go as far as you can. And then come back. Go to the other side. One more time. The other side. Okay, now you stretch your side. Can you feel the stretch? It's not
So you know why Suli is here doing it and not me? I'm probably doing this.
going down, but it's feeling the stretch. Okay? Do you feel the stretch? Yes. Now you do this.
This is tough.
This is the part that will get your dinner down. Turn around.
Alright, thank you, Suli. Wait, Suli, come stand here for a while. Give her a lot of confidence. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. This morning, I bought 5 books. It's called Turn Your Passion to Profits from Zion. And I'm going to give away these 5 books throughout this whole session that I have. So the first book will go to Suli. Thank you. Picture time. It's a video. Okay.
Picture kami.
For me to sit down and to stand here to talk to you, it's a lot of pressure, I believe most of you are really successful. And to learn from someone like me to talk about sustainable, scalable business, I'm going to share from my experience. I believe some of the things that I share will resonate with you already. Some things that I share will be familiar to you already. However, let it be a reminder to all of you in the things that I share, and I hope to encourage you or to inspire you in one way or another. And for those aspiring entrepreneurs that is here, I hope that whatever I share with you will also add values to you, to spur you to start the entrepreneurship journey. Right. Let me say this. I come from a very humble family. My dad is a taxi driver, my mom is a housewife. My family has 6 children, not me, my family has 6 children. I'm the youngest at home. And I never get the privilege of the youngest, a child at home. Get a lot of the favor, a lot of, goodies, everything. I don't have that. During those Chinese New Year, all my clothes will be passed on from my eldest brother to the second, to the third, and by the time you reach me, it's like, I don't know what I'm wearing usually, right? But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's not about where we start, it's about where we end. Right, Suli? Okay, so let me share this with you. I know that it's about 7:50 right now, and I'm supposed to end at 8 o'clock. So I'll take some time. No, I'm just joking. Okay, I'm just joking. Okay, just having some fun here. Right. So today I'm going to share from my book, which is called Success, Sales, Entrepreneurship, and Work. A book that I wrote a few years back as a legacy to give to my daughter, as a legacy to give to the people that I felt that, who wants to do CS, who wants to be an entrepreneur, or who wants to be successful as an executive at work. Right? So today, because of the time that I have put in 6 key pointers that I hope that will help you, to be a successful, sustainable, and scalable business. First thing first, to be an entrepreneur, we need to have the courage. Do you agree that we need courage to be an entrepreneur? Right? We need to have courage, right? But courage to do what? In my opinion, this is what I meant. The courage give you the power to create something out of nothing. What does that mean? May I ask, in the room itself, how many of you are already running a business, an entrepreneur? If I did remember, this is the guy that talked about the pineapple business. Am I right?
Right.
Correct, eh? Correct. So maybe tell me, what gives you the courage to go into this business? You be able to stand up.
Thank you. My courage of doing business for pineapple bakery is because pineapple is very abundant in my hometown, Subang, West Java, Indonesia, and the pineapple also having typical taste that our pineapple is very sweet, like honey. And then we do the research that people still not making bakery from pineapple. They already make pineapple syrup and then dodol pineapple. Do you know dodol? Originally from Garut, West Java, and then pineapple chip, etc.
So in short, okay, you know that he has the courage to do something with the pineapple, right? That is good for you. Thank you. So he has the courage to create something out of nothing. What's so special about pineapple? Everyone knows that there's people that will have done pineapple, correct? But he has the courage to create something out of nothing. He believed in his product, he believed in his service, he believed that he can do something that different, that none of the rest of the people can do the same like him. And he embarked on this business. As an entrepreneur, what do you need? This is what you need. You need courage. Right? You need courage to be an entrepreneur. You have heard this statement in many places. They will say that entrepreneurship is the journey less traveled. Right? By many people. So if you want to become an entrepreneur, one of the key things that you need to have the courage. Right? To courage to do what? Is to give you the power to create something out of nothing. And what do I mean? You need to have the creativity. You need to be creative. There are many businesses right now in the market. How do you be creative in your business? Right? So, what do I mean by this? Create a new idea in the industry and be a market leader. You need to create a new idea. Right? I'm going to ask Rahul right here. Rahul, share with us. Rahul is a very good friend of mine. I know him for nearly 10 years now. Okay? And it's good for you to share with us what a new idea that you've seen or you have done for yourself, because I know that you have grown so much over the years. Share with them a new idea and what made you a market leader as a consultant, as a trainer, and also getting involved in the board of directors, right, of the association. Share with them.
So I think new ideas are always subjective, Richard, so sorry. But I think one of the things that I would say was, when everybody is moving in a particular direction, try to find your own spot or find your own wing under your wings that will give you the added lift and boost that sometimes we really need. So in my case, for example, I position myself as a communications expert within the training industry. And while everybody focuses on a specific element of communication, some people will be experts in public speaking, some people will be experts in presentation skills, some people will be experts in sales. I took a position that says that you cannot look at communications in parts, but you have to look at communications as a whole. And I think that's the value that I bring to my clients, so that they do not get one individual segment of communications, but when they employ me, they get all of the communications.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Rahul. I like to do these sessions, talking to entrepreneurs, people that I know have done well. It's not just about me, it's about you. Huh? It's really, like what you said. So, creating a new idea in the industry and be a market leader. Let me share with you what I have done, and you take it as a case study. Right, this is me. This is 25 years ago, Richard Gavriel, that's right. Okay, back in 1993, like what I did. So I had to make myself different, right? So I started to do this thing called team wedding. Team wedding basically tell you that, if let's say I talk to this Yiwei, and I say that, okay, Yiwei, this is something that you like. Let's say it's a baseball, and something that represents you. I'll do a baseball team for you for your wedding, which I have done. I've done racing team. I've done, even Christmas romance on this, and I set myself up different from the rest of these wedding planners. And what did I get at the end of the day? This is what I got. So back after that in 2005, Mediacorp did a show called Love Concierge. In Chinese, it's 爱的掌门人. Okay, I was the research subject, and the whole drama was based on my story as a wedding planner. And it went on where in 2012, even though I have left the wedding industry at the time, I was being asked, to co-host this Mediacorp wedding reality show called Let's Get Married Together with Vanessa Lopez. I'm not saying this to put any feather on my cap. No, I'm sharing this with you is that what has made you different from the rest of the people in the wedding industry in this case, or whether in your industry, whether as a trainer or as any kind of business, what sets you apart from the rest? What makes you different, right? So in business itself, in order for you to have a successful business, you need to be creative. You need to stand out in what you do. Next, I started this thing called Richard Gavriel's Speaker Management. I believe everybody heard about this term called artist management. Right, you manage artists, you manage Irene Ang Fly Entertainment in Singapore, right, Hua Chu Kang, all this, correct? However, I started this thing called speaker management. Why I did this speaker management? Professional speakers in the industry came up to me and they told me this. They said, Richard, don't waste your time. This will never work. Because no clients will go to you to tell you that, I want to employ somebody else. I said, it's okay. If I never try, I never know. If I try and give my best, I know there's a chance that I can be successful, right? So I went ahead and I created Richard Gavriel's Speaker Management. And I'm proud to tell you that, with the span of first year to second year, 100% of the insurance company in Singapore and Malaysia, they were all my clients then. And it was a very good resounding success. And those people who say no to me to tell me that you cannot work, start to come to me and say, Richard, can I work with you? Right? It's not about me. It's about the courage that I have. It's for the creativities that I want. So even like for Hyper. So what are the things that we can do out of Hyper? People tell me, Richard, we have to think out of the box. My question to them is, in the first place, why do you box yourself up? Right? I say I don't think out of the box. There's no box in my life. Not because I don't believe in such statement, but because I really got nothing to lose, so I don't have a box. That's me. The people who told me that, Richard, the sky is the limit. I said I do not know where the rocket has gone to already, whether the sky is the limit or I also don't know. The sky may not even be the limit. Right? So let's think big. Let's think bigger. Dare to dream. Right? So what happened is, because of this, I was on the recruit, segment. I was on this Straits Time, where I was on the invest in Me Holland. SPH get me to do their career guide. I was in the Voices recently, where I did this entrepreneurship workshop for the low-income group students, from with the government. All these things that I do, that you see here, is all paying forward. I don't charge. I don't get them to pay me. It's come to a point of time where it's not about me making money. It's about time that we give back, to the society. Like what Rahul always been doing, right, for the grassroot. And I got featured in different places, definitely. I'm not showing you this because, to tell you, I'm a coffee shop, all these things. No. I'm trying to tell you that when you do something different in your business, the market will get to know about you. And they will want to know you, and they will want to put you up on media to make a difference. Because if you have a new idea, people want to know what you have. But if you are doing training and you are doing the same training like what other people are doing, then there's no cutting edge. Then why would somebody wants to come and talk to you? Right? So, how do you sustain in our business? We need to be very focused. Focus on your goals, not on the people or circumstances that are obstructing your goals. Let me share this with you. When I was running my wedding business, as I mentioned earlier on, I came from a very humble family, right? So those times when I was doing weddings, it came to a point where I was bleeding, financially. It was my first kind of business where I have a retail shop at Chimes. And it's so difficult because first time doing business with rental, with manpower, when nobody to guide me, no business mentor, nobody. And what I did was I started to spend a lot of money, and within a span of like a year, I chalked up a debt of almost more than 100,000. And it was very tough for me. It was very tough. I remember my mom came to me and did this. Old people, they have this handkerchief. She put some the jewelry inside, and she came to me and she said, "Boy, take this jewelry and go and pay whatever you can pay, and I think you should stop your business. Don't waste your time." I look at her, I do not know how to respond. Should I take their money with the jewelry and pay and continue to service my debts, or should I pursue? There were many people that come to me, good friends, who come and tell me that, "Hey Richard, I think entrepreneurship is not for you. Your whole family, nobody is an entrepreneur. You are the only one that talk about entrepreneurship. Why do you want to waste your time? Everybody are working, they're all working." I mean, no offense to those who are working, don't get me wrong. I'm saying that, what they meant is that, all your brothers and sisters are all working. You don't have an entrepreneurship lineage that you can learn from. So why don't you just give up the business? I told them, I said, no, I need to think about it. So this is the time when as entrepreneur, most of the time, you have to answer to yourself. The external factor, the external challenges, the voices that's from external, that's coming to you, all the actions, telling you to give up, telling you to let go, don't do it anymore, you have no money. Then you have to ask yourself, what is within you at that point in time? For me, I choose to pursue. I told myself, I have to make it. As long as success is not here yet, it's not the end. I have to continue. I work very hard. I stay in my shop. Like, one whole week I don't go home. I think of ways, I think of things I can do to up my sales figure, to up my business. I'm very thankful that very year itself, from a 100,000 over debts, I had made $1 million at the age of 29. And my parents were very proud of me then. It's not about the money that I make. It's a challenge that I give myself. It's an accomplishment that I am very thankful about. So I'm here to tell you, focus on your goals. What do you have in mind? They will always decide that. They will always be. The question is, are you going to lay down yourself and say, okay, I be defeated, okay, because of this, and I don't go on? Or do you want to pursue on? The choice is yours, and you know very clearly in your heart, what do you want to do then? Resilient is a key word. Yeah, I will tell you. Why resilient? Resilient is a word that everybody says, oh, you must have resilient. It's easy to say no than to be done. When you are in the situations, when you look at your bank account, dropping from 4 digit to 3 digit to 2 digit to negative, it's tough. I've been through that. I've been through that really. I've been through that to the point that my mom would come to give me money and say, this is for the one whole week, you try to spend the money. You use wisely, but must eat. So I do not know whether I should use it wisely or should I eat. Right, so those were the time that is very tough. Right, so resilient. So when I was running my speaker management company then, something happened to me. Within the 10 months, I have an eye injury. You look at my eyes here, my left and my right. My left eye is smaller than my right eye because of the surgery that I went through. I have a retinal and retinal tear and detachment. So it made me a bit difficult. So I have eye injury, I have 2 near-death experience where I nearly got choked and nearly died twice within the 10 months. I was hospitalized 3 times. And people start to ask me, so what's going to happen to your speaker management company? I press on. I continue to press on because I do not give up. It was during having that one hijack there that I wrote my book, Success. I told myself, since I'm so free at home, I cannot go out to meet clients, I better do something out of it. So I took that 1 month class to write that book. And the book is everything about me, about my success strategies at sales, entrepreneurship, and work. So what I'm trying to tell you is this. Ask yourself this question. If you are put in a situation like this, what will you do? For me, I press on. Resilient. Life is not about your defeats. Really. I have fallen many times. I'm not perfect. I've fallen so many times until it's uncountable. There are times when my wife will come to me and say, are you sure this is what you want to continue? I look at her and she says this. If this is what you want to continue, I will give you my support. And I went on. It's resilient. At the end of the day, it's what do you really want, right? How to keep your business scalable? Which I'm going to touch on this right now. Knowledge is very important. How many trainers I have here in this room? Not entrepreneurs, trainers. Trainers, trainers, speakers, 1, 2, okay. So, can you please tell us, why is it important to have training?
Because we all don't know everything. No, but more seriously, it's important to have training because it's probably the quickest and easiest way for you to learn particular knowledge or a skill that you need. You know, most of us are relatively intelligent and we could probably, with lots of stumbles and falls, learn the right thing. But if we learn from someone that's an expert in the field, we may stumble no times at all or fewer times when we do that.
That's right, thank you. This is a book for you.
Oh, thank you very much.
By Sai actually.
Zai, I'm giving away all your books now, the one that I bought for you earlier. Okay, where are you? Oh yeah. Will you please stand up? For those who have received the purple color book, it's called Turning Your Passion to Money or Profits. That's the lady. Please go to her for autograph later. Okay. So knowledge, which is what I want to talk about, is training. Training is so important as an entrepreneur. I make it a point that I read one article, at least one article a day, to keep myself updated. Right? I took upon myself that I will attend trainings, whether it's a workshop from different kind of industry. Not so much because I want to be in the industry, but I need to be the know and the how. If you want to stay competitive in the business, you need not only know what is happening in your industry, you need to know what's happening around you. So go for training. Training for yourself, training for your employees is very important. You know that? Next, touch is called personal touch. Okay, one, training is for ourselves. Personal touch is for our customer. Right? Important. So in business, it's the same thing. I tell people. Sales is the heartbeat of the business. Profit is the heart. Okay? In order for you to have a business going, you need to have sales activities. Without sales activities, there's nothing to talk about. There's no profit. Right? So personal touch is very important for customers. And one of the ways for business is called referral business. I believe every one of you will have been referred by somebody to come here or to do something somehow, or in some way have up your business or up your career in some way, right? So personal touch is very important. Referral business is very important.